Developments on Fox Top Story now. We are watching the sausage get made, basically, as a House Rules Committee is now preparing a bill they'll vote on versions of shortly. And again, it would keep the government running through December 15th, avoiding a shutdown on Tuesday if and only if President Obama's signature health care law is delayed for 1 year. A live look at Capitol Hill. This newest bill, still in the works at this hour, already drawing more of the harsh rhetoric we've seen play out in our nation's capital for days and weeks over passing a budget to keep the government going. Democrats are calling the plan to delay Obamacare a non-starter. The White House accusing GOP lawmakers of forcing a shutdown. Joining me now is Texas Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert. Good to see you tonight.
Good to see you, Harris. Thank you.
We have seen on this Saturday, Congressman, members of the House move away from a push to defund Obamacare to now new language that would delay it for a year. A monumental shift. Why?
We're trying to act like adults and get some agreement. And we really did think that since the president has delayed enforcement for big business of Obamacare, they'd be hard-pressed to say, yes, we want to help our big business cronies, but we're not going to let the lower middle class, the working poor, we're not going to give them a break. They're going to be out more money, and we're not bending. You know, we were kind of hoping the president would draw a red line because then we knew he would move off of that. But we really think we have a proposal. It's a good compromise. This is not ready for prime time. It is a train wreck. It's a nightmare, as others, Democrats, have said. And what would make more sense than, for heaven's sake, let's at least delay it for a year. We're already hearing from so many people that are being hurt by this bill. Let's at least delay a year so that we can take a better look, because enough people have been hurt already.
Congressman, I understand that you actually walked a few minutes ago into that House Rules Committee. We had a producer there waiting for you to come back out. They're working on the language now for these new provisions that you've just laid out. And we're getting word that Democrats are showing up to that House Rules Committee meeting to protest. What's it like in there?
Well, I did testify in the room. It's just Democrats coming in and talking about, oh, it's going to hurt this, it's going to hurt that. And as I've been doing on the floor, reading testimonials from specific individuals about how they've already been harmed. So we're getting their opinion about how bad it would be, that, oh, how grand and glorious. Look, the president, the Democrats all said repeatedly, if you like your insurance, you're going to get to keep it. Well, that was completely deceptive. I don't think they meant to deceive when they said it, but it was absolutely unequivocally not true. They said if you like your doctor, you can keep your doctor. That is absolutely not true. All of these promises that were made to shove through Obamacare without a single Republican vote and without any input whatsoever from the Republicans who represented nearly half of the country at the time, it's got major problems. So for heaven's sake, before we hurt any other people, let's postpone it for a year and work like adults to get this thing fixed. So you've got Democrats coming in and woe is us, oh, and this is terrible. But I've heard from too many specific individuals, and so many other members of Congress have said the same thing, that we need to move forward. They're just trying to delay things.
Congressman, I want to cover a little bit of ground with you, because just to let people know kind of what's led up to this, you were pretty harsh on your House Speaker there on the House side of things, John Boehner, just in recent days and weeks. Why so harsh on him?
Well, we haven't been standing up for what we were sent here to do. We know how Obamacare, for example, was hurting people, and we weren't standing up. And 2.5 years ago, we were told, okay, wow, the biggest conservative wave election in American history, and yet, and we were going to fix the CR, we were going to fix all these things, we were going to protect our seniors, we didn't do any of that. We got to the CR, and we were told, we can't do it here, but we'll sure do it on the debt ceiling. We got to the debt ceiling. We basically punted on that. So we went 2 years without keeping our promises, and I'm kind of big on wanting to keep the promises that we make to the American people.
Now, this bill that you guys are working on tonight, these amendments would also strip the tax on medical devices. So you'd add that to it. And currently, the Senate version called for keeping the government going only through November 15th. I don't know if a lot of people know that. But the version that you're working on would actually keep it going until December 15th.
15th, that's correct.
I hear reports that you gave House Speaker Boehner a thumbs up, 2 thumbs up today. You like what you see now?
Well, I think this is a good compromise while still protecting the people of America, because I think as they see more and more of what Obamacare is going to do to them, then we're going to have a lot more Democrats. We have some on our side in the House, but we'll have a lot more as the year goes on.
I want to just get this quick question in before I know you have to get back and do your work there on Capitol Hill. But if your version then goes to the Senate and they do what they say they're going to do, and that's that they're threatening to just make this a non-starter and not even kick it to the president, not even get it that far, but say it does make it to the president's desk and he vetoes it, we see a government shutdown. Are you concerned that Republicans will take the blame?
Well, I can only be concerned with reality. And the reality would be that the Democrats, for political purposes, they all believe that the polls show that if there's a shutdown, even though the Democrats do it, the Republicans will get the blame. So they're really hoping, I think, so many of them are hoping for a shutdown so they can scream and holler about Republicans. But
Congressman,
we're trying to avoid it. That's why we're acting like the adults up here on the Hill.
And Americans are watching and hoping to.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for joining us. Stay close. We'll be right back.